Hello everyone. Today let us discuss about parallel plate capacitor. A capacitor is a small device which is used to store the charge for some time. It is a very small device which is widely used in all electronic equipment. Almost all electronic equipment will make use of this capacitor. So capacitor is mainly it is used to store the charge for some time, and after that the charge is utilized by the other components of an electronic circuit. It is just like a water tank where we fill the water, and as we use the water, slowly the water level will come down. In the same way, as the capacitor charge is utilized by some other components in the circuit, slowly the capacitor gets discharged. Once again, we have to charge it. Just like in a water tank, if the water is slowly used up and finally it becomes almost no water in the tank, what we do is again we fill the tank. In the same way, the capacitor is mainly used to store the charge for some time. As we use the charge, afterwards, sometime that charge will be totally utilized by the circuit, and capacitor will become almost zero charge. In that case, and once again, it is to be charged. So the main purpose of a capacitor is to keep the charge for some time, to store the charge for some time. The main purpose of a capacitor is to store the charge for some time. So, what is our topic now? Today we are discussing about the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. That means a small derivation that will show us the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. So, let us start our derivation. Now, let's go up for the derivation. Okay, now let's start our derivation. So, here you can see this is a parallel plate capacitor. There are two plates here. This is plate 1 and this is plate 2. This is plate 1 and this is plate 2. Two parallel plates which are made with a conducting material. So they are parallel to each other. They are parallel to each other. There is a small distance between the plates. That is, a small distance d is there between the plates. Each plate has a area of A. This is plate 1, this is plate 2. Distance between the plates is small d, and then they are having a area of capital A each plate, and they are separated by a distance small d. Let us assume the intervening medium between the plates to be vacuum. Intervening medium means the space between the plates 1 and 2 is vacuum. Let us consider the intervening medium between the plates is vacuum. Why we are talking about vacuum? Because if you keep a dielectric slab between the plates of a capacitor, its capacitance changes. If you keep a conducting slab between the plates of a capacitor, its capacitance changes. Therefore, before going for the further discussion, we are just taking a simple case where the intervening medium between the plates of the capacitor is vacuum. So let us consider the intervening medium. So let us consider the intervening medium between the plates of the capacitor is vacuum. So we will start our discussion with that. Now let capital A be the area of each plate and D is the separation between the plates. Plate 1 has a charge of capital Q, plate 2 has a charge of minus Q. This I have not shown in the figure. I have shown only sigma and minus sigma. Sigma is surface charge density and minus sigma is also surface charge density. Sigma is the surface charge density, that means charge per unit area. If capital Q is the charge on the first plate, if capital Q is the charge on the first plate, then sigma is equal to Q by A. Sigma is equal to Q by A. This we have studied in the first chapter. We have studied three definitions: linear charge density, surface charge density, volume charge density. The second one is surface charge density. Charge per unit area is called as surface charge density. Charge per unit area is called as surface charge density. That is sigma is equal to Q by A. So for the first plate, the surface charge density is sigma. For the second plate, it is minus sigma. The second plate has a surface charge density minus sigma. Now, Q is the charge on the first plate, minus Q is the charge on the second plate. Now, coming to the point, two plates have equal and opposite charges. Two plates have equal and opposite charges. Two plates have equal and opposite charges. The amount of charge on each plate is same. The amount of charge on each plate is same, but of opposite polarity. But of opposite polarity. Then what we are doing here is we are talking about the electric field in three regions. Region 1, that is the region on the above, on the upper portion, that is above portion of plate 1. Region 2, that is below plate 2. Region 1 is above plate 1. Region 2 is below plate 2. Region 1 is above plate 1. Region 2 is below plate 2. So, first let us consider region 1. In region 1, the electric field due to the positive charge is from plus to outward direction. That means from here to here, as I'm showing, outward direction. From positive plate, it is outward direction. It is outward direction. Now, if you see that, if you see this, that means from lower side to the upper side. And two plates are very close to each other. Distance between them is of the order of millimeter. And at the same time, there is the effect of the negative charge on the second plate. For the negative charge, electric field is always inwards. Negative, for the negative charge, electric field is always inwards. Sorry, let's go back to the previous slide. By mistake, it has gone to the next slide. So if you see here, for the negative charge, this one, electric field is always inwards. So that is from upper side to the lower side. For the positive charge, lower to upper. For the negative, it is upper to lower. They both cancel out each other. We have seen electric field due to a plane sheet is equal to, that is capital E is equal to sigma by 2 epsilon naught. Sigma by 2 epsilon naught. This was a derivation in the previous chapter, that is second application of Gauss theorem. There we have derived electric field due to a plane sheet. Electric field due to a plane sheet is equal to sigma by 2 epsilon naught. Therefore, sigma by 2 epsilon naught of one plate and minus sigma by 2 epsilon naught of another plate are added up. Therefore, it is equal to 0. Therefore, there is no electric field. There is no electric field in region 1. There is no electric field in region 1 because electric field due to the positive plate and electric field due to the negative plate, they cancel out each other. Now we will see the other things. That means electric field in the region 2. Electric field in the region 2. Here, always for the negative charge, it is inwards. Therefore, here, the electric field is from here to here, as I am showing. As I am showing. That means from the lower side to the upper side. And the electric field due to the positive charge from upper side to the lower side. Electric field due to the positive charge is from upper to lower. Electric field due to the negative charge from lower to upper. Once again, they are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. Therefore, in the region 2, in this region 2, once again, electric field due to one plate is sigma by 2 epsilon naught, due to another plate it is minus sigma by 2 epsilon naught. They cancel out each other. Once again, you will get it is 0. So, electric field in the outer region 2, that is below the plate 2, sorry, that is the plate 2, once again it is 0. Electric field in the region 2, electric field in the region 2, that is E is equal to sigma by 2 epsilon naught minus sigma by 2 epsilon naught is equal to 0, is equal to 0. Now, what we are interested is, we are interested in the electric field in between the plates. We are interested in the electric field in between the plates. In between the plates, if you see, the electric field due to the positive charge is outwards, that is upper side to the lower side. Electric field due to the negative charge is also from upper side to the lower side. Therefore, here the electric field due to the both the plates will be added up, because both will contribute the electric field in the same direction, in the same direction, that is from upper plate to the lower plate. Therefore, here we have a electric field, uniform electric field, and those will be added up. That is electric field due to the first plate, sigma by 2 epsilon naught, electric field due to the second plate, sigma by 2 epsilon naught. They will be added up. This is like x plus x, which is equal to 2x. In the same way, sigma by 2 epsilon naught plus sigma by 2 epsilon naught is equal to 2 sigma by 2 epsilon naught, that is equal to 2 sigma by 2 epsilon naught. 2 and 2 will be cancelled. It will be sigma by epsilon naught. Electric field E is equal to sigma by epsilon naught. Where it is in between the plates. It is in between the plates. But we know sigma, that is surface charge density, is equal to Q by A. Sigma is equal to Q by A, charge per unit area. Substitute in the place of sigma, we will get E is equal to Q by A in place of sigma divided by epsilon naught. Therefore, electric field E is equal to Q by epsilon naught A, which is equation number 3. Electric field in between the plates, it is uniform and it is equal to E is equal to Q by epsilon naught A. That is equation number 3. Now, let us see what is the potential between the plates. Let us assume the potential between the plates is equal to capital V. Then we see here the direction of the electric field is from the positive to the negative. Clearly you can see the direction of the electric field is from positive to negative plate. Therefore, electric field is localized between the two plates and it is uniform throughout. Throughout this area, it is uniform. Now, for uniform electric field, potential difference is simply the electric field times the distance between the plates. That means the potential difference V is equal to E times distance between the plates. E times distance between the plates. This is the relationship between potential electric field and distance. We know E is equal to V by D. E is equal to V by D. Electric field is equal to potential by distance. Therefore, V is equal to E into D. That means potential between the plates is equal to electric field times the distance between the plates. In simple, what we can say, V is equal to E into D. But from equation 3, E is equal to Q by epsilon naught. If you see the previous slide, here you can see E is equal to Q by epsilon naught A. E is equal to Q by epsilon naught A. E is equal to Q by epsilon naught A. Therefore, that value we will substitute here in place of E, Q by epsilon naught A into D. Therefore, V is equal to Q by epsilon naught A into D. Q by epsilon naught A into D, equation number 4. Now, let us see. We have a standard formula, that is the relationship between charge, capacitance and potential. Charge, capacitance and potential. Q is equal to CV. We call it as the fundamental formula of capacitance. Q is equal to CV. Q is equal to CV. Therefore, C is equal to Q by V. Q is equal to CV. Therefore, C is equal to Q by V. Q by V. But we know the value of V from equation 4. This is the value of V from the previous slide. Q by epsilon naught A into D. We will substitute it here in place of V. That is Q by V. In place of V, we will substitute Q by epsilon naught A into D. Q and Q is cancelled. Epsilon naught A will go up. Then you will get epsilon naught A by T. Therefore, we substituted the value of V from equation 4. Q and Q will be cancelled and epsilon naught A will go up. You will get epsilon naught A by T. So finally, this is the expression for the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor when, when there is vacuum in between the plates. This is the expression for the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor when there is vacuum in between the plates. That is, C is equal to epsilon naught A by D. C is equal to epsilon naught A by D, where epsilon naught is the permittivity of free space, A is the area of each plate, D is the distance between the plates. Clearly, you can see here the capacitance is dependent on area of the plates and distance between the plates. Area of the plates and distance between the plates. Therefore, we can conclude that C depends upon the geometry of the system. C means capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor depends upon the geometry of the system. That means dimensions of the system, that is area of the plate and the distance between the plates. And its capacitance changes with a dielectric slab between the plates. We will derive it in our next video. And also capacitance changes if you keep a conducting slab between the plates. That also we will see in our next derivation. So in the coming derivations, we will derive capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor with dielectric slab in between the plates, and also capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor with a conducting slab in between the plates. So we will do it in the next video. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for watching this video. God bless you all.